My Jumper T8SG version 3 has finally arrived from China.
Welcome to Deviation.
As you can hear, you can get voice prompts out of it. Now all the hardware's there ready to go, it's just a few software tweaks you need. The only reason I had to open mine up was I put the SD card that has the MP3 files on it in the wrong place. It went inside the case. But unlike the version 2, you don't need to do any hardware hacks to get this thing up and running. So this is the version of Deviation in the files that my Jumper Carbon Edition version 3 came shipped with. First thing I did, of course, is back it up. So that's why it's in a directory called ship version files. You're looking for two INI files that must be there. The first one is hardware.ini, or ideally it needs to be there if you're going to use voice rather. So if I flick across here, this is what you find in hardware.ini. So the things that really matter in this file are this entry here, which is the voice DF player. That's the module that they come shipped with, and voice -UART5 equals 1. You need those two entries to use the internal MP3 player. The other INI file you need is under media, and there's something called voice.ini down here. Yeah, voice.ini right there. And the content of voice.ini, flicking back to this screen, there's a lot more in it. Again, this is just standard and you don't need to change this. So what it starts off with is, if you look at Welcome to Deviation, up there it's 0, Welcome to Deviation, and there's timers and all sorts of things. Now, having downloaded the voice pack from the Deviation site, which is called, in my case, the language is English rather than German or Danish or whatever the other alternatives are, I copied, it's called Voice EN Large. So if you open up that up, what really matters is you've got MP3, a directory called MP3, and you want to copy that directory and every file in it onto an SD card, and the SD card you put inside the jumper. It's got a slot at the bottom of the case. This is quite separate from the normal memory inside the card. I've taken my jumper apart and I'll show you where it is. So opening that up, and how it all ties together, the first thing you notice up there is Welcome to Deviation, and it's got a value, its code is 0. And if I click on that,
Welcome to Deviation,
that's what you hear. So there's a whole bunch of files. With my Bugs 3, I use telemetry alarm 1 for RSSI.
Telemetry Alarm 1.
And here that file just says that. And telemetry alarm 2 is for voltage.
Telemetry Alarm 2.
And it just says that. The magic of the thing is that it actually puts together values I've got for that model, the Bugs 3, and say telemetry alarm 1 and then give me a dBi value. I'll show that later. And the same thing with voltage. So compared to beeping, it's actually giving you specific numbers. Like I got an RSSI value of 70, and then 79 was starting to fly behind obstacles. And the battery voltage, I got a 6 volt declaration, so that's good. Okay, getting back to over here, so there's a vast number of numbers, and you've got a whole bunch of custom ones. There's numbers and things that the thing can read out to do with watts and voltage and whatever, but the custom ones are down here, and that's where I get engines, things like engines on, engines off, which I use. So that's 227. So if I look for number 227 over here in the MP3 ranks, scrolling down furiously to 227, there it is, 227, and strangely enough, if I click on that,
Engine on. Engine off.
okay, so what I've shown you here is two critical files, the voice.ini and the hardware.ini, and the language pack, voice pack you have to download, which in my case is the English one, which has the actual MP3 files, and those MP3 files are linked to the voice.ini file by the number. So that that 3-digit number is the link. So on the deviation site, you're looking for test builds, and then you scan down there and you're looking for motor voice packs. And that takes you through to the screen where you've got your choice, French, English or German, and you can just download them the way you would anything else, and away you go. When it comes to the English language voice pack downloaded from Deviation TX, you notice there's one more directory that's not there with the standard ones, and that's My Mods. So what I've done, I've replaced the, although I'm using the same number, it came with 352 as Smoke Off
Smoke off.
and Smoke On.
Smoke on.
I've changed the name to Lights On.
Lights on. Lights off. Smoke on. Lights on.
And you can hear that that's my voice. So you can not only put your own, record your own MP3 files and put them in the MP3 directory on the SD card inside the jumper, but you can even change the name as long as you've got that number up there in the first place. And as I said before, that all ties back in to the as I said before, what you're doing there ties back, those numbers tie back to the list you've got under voice in your model file, in this case model 1, which is bugs 3 for me. So this is a stage where I haven't modified that yet. That's why it's got different numbers. Trust me, it works.
Welcome to Deviation. Finish binding. Telemetry alarm 127 decibel. Engine on. Engine off. Lights on. Lights off. Lights on. Welcome to deviation. Finish finding. Telemetry alarm 13 decibel. Engine on. Telemetry alarm 26.00 volt. Engine off. Telemetry alarm 26.00 volt.
So this is how I forced the low battery. I took a poor little battery used for something else and ran it, so it didn't take very long to, it was a storage charge, so it didn't take it long to get it down. In fact, I'll just check the voltage on it now. So plugging it in here now, what are we going to get? If you plug it in the right way, you get a better result. .45. The battery alert on the buggers is a bit primitive in terms of it just triggers at a particular point. But the important thing is once you get that alarm, you know you want to make your way back to base, and depending on the battery, with a 3-cell I've generally got a minute to get back. So it's still very, very useful being told when your battery's low, even if the exact technical bit of it isn't quite right. So I hope this has been useful, so bye for now and happy flying till next time.